Building relationships is as easy as FSB. For more than 100 years, Farmers State Bank has been helping people just like you. Integrity, commitment, service. That's Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Farmers State Bank, Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to West Lawrence High School here with head baseball coach Brian Brown. And Coach Brown, what a great day for baseball. It is a good time of the year. Finally warming up a little bit, but the wind sure has been rough now.
Yes.
We want to talk about a couple of important games. Now, last time we spoke, we're going into the middle of the season, as you call it. You got
Yes,
three
sir.
parts. You finish with that initial part to warm up, and then you go into region play, and we know we had Perry. 2 games with Perry.
Yes,
But
sir.
before we get into the game and the stats, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk a little bit about this wonderful team that we have out here at West Lawrence and the fact that we have so much depth. We've talked about that on other shows. When you have depth, it helps you out with several things. It helps you out with experience, with growth, with seeing how things to come, with relief. It helps you out with the injuries, Coach.
Yes, sir. We got several guys right now that's injured and on what we call the disabled list.
Yeah.
But like you said, our depth is just amazing. God has really blessed us with some amazing talent, and these guys are getting some chances here, and they taking full advantage of it. I'm just very thankful for their work ethic and the way they go about things. And our leadership, our seniors have just been incredible. On and off the field, they just taking these young guys under their wing and just giving them the confidence in the world. Trying to prepare them as much as they can about our region, our rivals, and just making sure that the pressure don't get to them. Keep that level head. And just play. Just let their athletic ability take over.
Now, Coach, last year you had a couple of freshmen that came out the gate and started for you. I guess last year maybe it was McKinley. It was
That's
over
right.
in right field for you, but he's injured this year. And then you got 2 more freshmen, or you got 2 freshmen out this year that are injured. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. Tyler Franks, he's one of my big left-handed pitchers. He's battling a little tendonitis right now, but and you got McKinley Kemp. We really didn't have him as a sophomore or in this year. He's battling some meniscus injuries but he had a great freshman year with us.
Yeah.
And we're just looking forward to getting him back. And our starting right fielder, E.J. Holmes, he started last year for us as a sophomore, and he's battling a quad injury right now. And but all those guys are doing some great rehab with all our rehab facilities here in Dublin. These people are just amazing.
Will they be able to get back in this year? Will you be able to count on them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They're all going to be back. Hopefully by middle of the region. A couple of weeks, and get us ready for the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we look at other things out, and we look at other things we have to work on. We talked about working on the fundamentals of pitching with Jacob Floyd, and the fact that his technique had gotten a little off, and you filmed him and broke it down, and he's come back, and
Yes,
he
has.
pitched in one of these games. But are there other things that we're really working on at this point in the season to make sure we get them right? Because again, you in the middle part of that season, you going into your region now.
That's right. Our bats have woken up. We've struggled early on, which that's baseball for you. Every time when the season starts, your pitching is going to be ahead of your hitting, with as cold as it is and all these other kinds of things. And we're really starting to have some really good quality at bats at the plate.
Yeah.
And we're doing some good things.
Well, Coach, you want it to happen. It's going to happen usually some part in the season.
That's right.
You'd rather it happen when you're just warming up, getting started, rather than in region play, and especially when you go on out of region play. Hopefully we'll be there in just a few short weeks, because baseball moves fast.
It does. It moves fast.
Yeah. And I love the fact that, we talked about it on the last show, that last year the coaches got together and they said, hey, you know, when we make it into the playoffs, once you go through the region play, you know, you play the team 3 times within a week, so you face different pitching. You can't load it up as you go along, so to speak.
That's right.
And I really like that. That's a good way to do it. So we faced Perry twice, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break all that down for you, give you stats on that, and talk about standouts in the games and in the games coming forward. But first, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
I'm Marcus Clements with Clements & King Insurance. We now sell final expense life insurance for seniors. Life insurance available through age 85. Guaranteed acceptance. Call Clements & King Insurance for all your health and life insurance needs.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, again here at West Lawrence High School, here at the Diamond. And it's a beautiful field, it's well kept, just a great place to play ball, a good facility. And man, but first you had to travel this past weekend. We talked about Perry, first region set that we play.
Yes,
so you
sir.
had to go over to Perry.
We did.
On Monday. Tell us about that.
You know, over at the Panther Pit, it's, you know, it's a great atmosphere. Perry High School, you know, they do a great job over there of just getting their kids, you know, very, very competitive. And, you know, it's a friendly rivalry, you know, in the region. And it's just, it was great. The great thing about our region is when we play, it's playoff atmosphere, you know, from right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just every pitch, everybody's in the game. I mean, our dugout just does a phenomenal job of staying in the game and really, you know, pulling for our guys and being in tune to what's going on and just watching the, you know, the details of things that's going on in the game. They get a runner on base. I mean, our whole dugout's watching that runner. You know, if he takes off, I mean,
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows, you know, that he's gone, and he's, you know, our catchers back here, they ready to fire. And, it's just great, man. The energy that comes from the dugout, from the stands, man. I can't tell you how blessed we are when we travel, man. We got blue and white everywhere, you know, and it's great to see that, you know, with.
Yeah,
you know,
we talked
support
about
that
it
we
before.
have.
The kids realize that, the players.
Oh yeah,
These
do.
young people realize it, and they perform even better.
They do, and I mean, I can't give enough credit to our fans. I mean, Raider Nation is incredible.
You know, Coach, it says a lot to me in the way you coach and style is that when a player has another obligation, that you say, go on and fulfill that, and you know, that's all good because they have other activities, they have things they're involved in. And I say that to load up the fact that you had a little bit different lineup on Monday over there.
You know, Paul Kellum had to, you know, stay here in town to take care of a tremendous honor that he had of graduation.
With Lawrence Youth Leadership.
Yeah, with Lawrence Youth Leadership. Yeah. And, you know, and we totally support, you know, everything that goes on. You know, what a great honor for him to be involved with that and what that does for our community, not just for West Lawrence, but recognizing all those kids from Dublin, from Trinity, from East. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if
Coach,
other communities do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but Coach, you know, some coaches would say, hey, you playing ball, man, everything else is secondary. And that's not the case with you. You realize what life's all about.
That's right. And we told Paul, you know, we got your back. You know, we got players here that can play, that's going to step in and get the job done.
Yeah.
You know, and you know and speaking of that player, you know, it's Carson Estep.
Yeah.
You know, he's 9th grader. He's been, you know, playing JV all year, playing very good third base. I had no problem at all. Hey, Carson, you gonna start this game? Huh? Yeah, you gonna start this game. Paul's back at the house. We need another solid third baseman, and you know that's you. You know, hey, take advantage of it, buddy. Have fun.
Yeah.
And it was probably about the 3rd, 4th inning. Ground ball hit to him at 3rd. Brother, he filled that thing clean. Threw him out at 1st.
Yeah.
You know, when he came, it was the 3rd out of the inning.
Oh yeah.
You know, when he come off the field, he just had this priceless, you know, smile on his face that we just love seeing that in kids, man. He just loves the game so much.
Yeah.
Learned from his older brother, you know, Cullen. You know, caught for us here, had a great career.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just so proud for that kid.
Yeah. But an outstanding game. You started out Nolan pitching, right?
Nolan on the mound. Yep, and he was as dominant in that game as he's been all year. Nolan threw a complete game, 16 strikeouts, no walks, gave up 1 hit. Of course, no runs. And that 1 hit came in the 7th inning, you know, and but it was just a very dominant, pitching performance with Nolan.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's what you want to see, obviously, going forward. But you hit the ball well. You scored 5 runs.
We did, and just to give you a heads up on what happened in that game. Bo Mullis was 1 for 3. Guy Anderberg was 1 for 3. Nolan, not only was he dominant on the mound, he was 4 for 4 that game with 1 RBI. Brody Slaughter had a sac fly, RBI.
Yeah.
Jacob Floyd 1 for 3 with an RBI. Bradley Wilson 1 for 3. And Parker Woods was 1 for 3 with a double. Parker's one of those, sophomores, with EJ being out with the injury as our starting right fielder, Parker Woods, that's another one, getting an opportunity on varsity. And boy, is he taking advantage of it, So
he's performing.
He is.
Yeah.
And
that's
doing
just
a great
incredible, Coach, all the depth you have. It's not only paying off now, but when
That's right.
other kids, when they're back in, it's going to pay off later.
Absolutely.
Because anybody can have an off game.
That's right. And we understand that. We want everybody, 1 through 9 to go out there and, square the ball up and hit it hard. But there's some pitchers you're going to struggle against. And we know that, And that's the great thing we got in our back pocket. Sitting over here, we got all these guys on this bench just looking for an opportunity, And that's the thing about staying in the game and knowing what's going on and see the situations and see what's going, where you're at, 5th, 6th, 7th inning.
Yeah.
We got guys over here that are, fantastic bunters. We got guys over here that, do a great job of, if we see a pitcher, that's constantly throwing pitches away, we got guys over here that's their strength. They like to hit, looking for pitches away.
Yeah.
We got other guys over here, they like the ball middle in. So we look at that as a staff, throughout the game, how are we being pitched? What's happening, with our guys? If we got a guy in the lineup, they just constantly hammering him inside with 2-seam fastballs, and that's his weakness, we'll pinch hit. We'll get a guy over here that can, hit that pitch very well, put them in the game and see what can happen. And, it's just, and our guys understand that. That's the great thing about these guys being so coachable and understanding the game, that when we call a guy to pinch hit, it's not, oh, man, coach taking me out. It's not that. They understand that, it's for the team.
Sure.
And they're over here.
It's part of the game.
Rooting those guys on. It's like, hey, you go get this job done right here. Let's go.
But, Coach, you look back at who's coached them in middle school. You look back at who's coached them in rec ball. And you got to give credit there for them understanding the game at this point.
Oh, it's the knowledge that these guys are gaining before they get here. I mean, they know the game. They know the fundamentals of it. I mean, we got some great coaches out there, with these younger kids. I love going to rec games and going to Dudley Little League and, just watching, just hearing the small talk that's going on, with these kids, the positive encouragement, that when they go to up to an at bat, they dropped their hands too much or, getting their body out in front on the swing or whatever else. And you got coaching going on. You don't have coaches out there hollering at them.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. No, it's not hollering at them. They're coming over there and saying, hey, look, won't you try this? Won't you do this? And so at that small level or that young age, you already got coachability going on because it's the coaches that are leading those players, to pay attention, to listen, don't get down on yourself and start, pouting and, it's great to see.
Yeah, it is.
Really is.
It is. Makes your job a whole lot easier. But, Coach, you came through that first game over at Perry. What did you tell the team? You had a ride back. You had an opportunity to talk to them.
We did. We told them, said, guys, that's 1 of 3. That was behind us. We won it. Great job. But we got this team 2 more times, and they got to come to our house on Wednesday. I said, so let's get prepared. Now, you guys that may have struggled a little bit at the plate, all right, let's work on that. When you come down Wednesday, because those guys are going to pitch you the same way.
Yep.
They great coaches, man. They chart everything. They see, how they pitch guys, and so we get over in the cage during that JV game, And I'm like, okay, where were they pitching you at? How were they setting you up? You know, and it's so our guys are starting to understand when you step in the box, you got to have a game plan of what's going on. You know, what's that guy throwing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how are they going to pitch me this time? Because they were successful getting me out.
Yep.
Flip side of that, you know, Nolan was 4 for 4.
Yeah.
You know, in that first game. So I talked to Nolan before the game. I said, chances of you seeing a fastball, you know, in game 2,
Slim and none.
don't look very good. I said, so don't go up there fishing. They're going to try to throw some stuff off the plate, you know, where try to throw those curveballs, see if you're going to swing and miss and this and that. And, you know, he was very disciplined. You know, game 2, he didn't have a hit. He didn't have an official at bat, really, because he walked twice. You know, but that just shows you the self-discipline that a lot of these guys have at the plate, you know, to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to take another short break, Coach, and we're going to come back and talk about that Wednesday game, tell you what's coming up in just a moment, so stay with us.
A lot of the other companies were putting business ahead of the patient. And the main thing that we wanted to be a part of was to make sure that Integrity Hospice, that we were constantly putting the patient first.
They're there for you. They're there for the patients. And they want to do what's in the best interest of everybody concerned.
We provide a lot of services for both the emotional and spiritual needs for these patients.
I strongly recommend Integrity Hospice and everything that they represent.
All right, back with you. And Coach Brown, you know, you were talking about Nolan right before the break. You told me that he's batting 1,000 in region right now, so
Yeah,
that's some encouragement there.
Yeah, that's right. For, you know, first region game, he's 4 for 4, and then, you know, last night he walked twice. You know, and but you know, going into last night's game, we won 7-2. Jacob Floyd on the mound. You know, starting game 2, he's our number 2 starter.
Yep.
And so he threw 5 strong innings. Struck out 7, walked 3, hit 1, gave up 5 hits.
Wow.
But, you know, fantastic defense behind him. Guy Anderberg made some great plays at short. You talking about that wind blowing, man, it was howling through
Tricky
here
ball,
last night.
huh?
So, you know, some balls that went up in the air. I mean, everybody's involved because you don't know where that wind's going to take that ball. And but it was just good communication defensive-wise, you know, with our guys.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you talk about Anderberg, such a good glove.
yes.
I mean, it's hard to get anything by that.
Man, he's so
He got
solid out there at short. I mean, and he wants the ball. You know, that's the thing. He's out there. He's chirping. He's talking to guys. Every pitch, he's looking over here. Hey, we take 2 steps this way. Hey, this way. And he understands what we're doing over here to get them in the best position to make those plays, you know, that they can make.
And what confidence that gives Jacob on the mound, because he knows he got Bruton over here. He knows he got Anderberg at short, you know, and he got the backup right
That's
there.
right.
If it's on
That's
the
right.
ground, they're going to scoop it. They're going to get it.
Listen, I mean, we were out there and we're like, hey, we're throwing the contact. You know, I would love for our pitchers to go out there, throw 3 pitches, get 3 outs, and come back over here. You know, that's the confidence you got, like you said, with our defense, man. It's just put it in play. Go ahead, see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get you out. So,
Yeah.
he just did a great job. Bradley Wilson, who caught game 1, you know, with Nolan behind the plate. He came in relief, threw an inning in the 3rd, struck out 4, walked 2, had 1 hit batter. You know, there in the 7th, you know, they got bases loaded, 1 out, and you know, Bradley was, you know, a little erratic. What do you expect that out of a freshman? I mean, my goodness, you right in the heat of a Region 4 Quad A game, man. I mean, I'm Region 2, not Region 4.
Yeah.
Region 2, and it's just amazing, you know, for him to go out there as a 9th grader and to handle that pressure, you know. And so he got up in pitches a little bit, but we know we want to have him available for Friday,
Sure.
you know, with the GHSA pitch counts. And we brought in A.J. Mathis, who's going to start, you know,
Right.
Friday night's game. We brought him in on the mound. Got bases loaded, 1 out. You know, it's 7-2. And, you know, 2 of their top hitters, you know, come to the plate. And A.J. struck both of them out. You know, I mean, it's just great. You know, A.J. sophomore.
Yeah.
You know, so that
Makes
game
you
we
feel-
had a senior, freshman, sophomore,
That makes you feel real
you know,
good.
throwing in that game right there.
Yeah.
And it was just a fantastic win for us. You know, to be 2-0 right now in the region. You know, we go to Perry, you know, Friday.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So-
And so, you know, good for AJ, good confidence for him finishing off the game. But did we talk about who else hit the ball so well? Who else got on?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh, yes.
Score
Last
that
night's
kinda
game,
runs, yeah.
I got to read it straight from the book here. Bo Mullis, he was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
hello.
Guy Anderberg, 1 for 4 with an RBI.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I said, you know, Nolan walked twice. Bradley Wilson, you know, we put him in Nolan's spot. You know, Bradley walked twice. Hey, it wasn't 30 him either. I don't know something about that spot in the order. Brody Slaughter, he was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jacob Floyd, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. AJ, he had a 1 walk. Sam Reiner, that was the first game we let him, you know, DH. And he been swinging the bat very well on JV. I mean, he's just been squaring some balls up, hitting it hard. We said, hey, let's give him a shot. He went 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. Had a clutch 2-out hit one time for an RBI. Brandon Bruton was 1 for 2 last night. Laid down a beautiful sack bunt in a situation. And then Parker Woods, you know, he had a walk one time and had a sack bunt as well. And I know I was talking about sack bunts. What we did last night was played a lot of what I call ABC baseball. You know, guys get on, next guy comes up, sacks him over with a bunt or hits behind, move him up. You know, what we call sets the table for the next guy.
Yeah.
You know, there's a guy sitting there second, third, and guys did his job before you. They get up there, drive him in. You know, it's just we're playing good right now. You know, and that's what I told the guys. It's going good. I said, but this is baseball. There's going to be some times where things ain't going to go our way. We're not going to get the job done. We're going to face some pitchers that's, you know, really throwing the ball well. So don't get too high. It's going good right now, but don't get too high. You know, keep playing the game, keep working hard, keep getting better, and we just take it into the next game.
And the next game being Friday.
That's right.
That'll be over in Perry.
That's correct.
Yeah. And you'll be pitching AJ.
AJ's going to be on the mound.
Yeah.
So with AJ on the mound, Bo Mullis will move him to center. And, you know, Sam Reiner, you know, he DH'd.
Yeah.
But he'll play left field. You know, he's done a very good job for us. So,
We encourage y'all to make that trip this Friday and let's sweep them.
yes, sir. That's what we want. We'll bring out them brooms. You know?
All right, but let's look ahead to next week. Break down that schedule for us, Coach, so we'll know what's coming.
Next week, we start our 3-game series with Upson Lee. Same thing. We'll go to Upson Lee up there in Thomaston on Monday. And then next Wednesday, we'll be home against Upson Lee.
Yep.
And then we go back to Upson Lee next Friday.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, Upson Lee is in that 3-game series with Spalding right now.
Mm-hmm.
Upson Lee won Monday night 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Upson Lee won last night 3-2.
Yeah.
So and then the other 2 teams in our region, you got Mary Persons and Howard. Mary Persons won that first game 4-0, and Mary Persons won again last night 6-5.
Yeah.
So that just shows you our region, man. It's
Everybody's
close ball
coming to
games.
play.
Yeah, everybody's coming to play, and obviously, you know, with low scoring games, everybody's got some good pitching.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
ABC baseball comes into play. You
Yeah.
know.
All right, we're looking forward to great things this Friday. Want y'all to travel again over to Perry and show them what West Lawrence High School baseball is all about. Show up with the blue and white and support these young men. Once again, if you see them out in the community, pat them on the back, encourage them, Coach, because they work hard.
Yes,
This
sir.
didn't just happen.
That's right. That's right. They've earned it, and we continue to challenge them every day. You know, when we practice, you know, guys, this is not time to just sit back and take it easy. You know, we got things to work on. We got things. There's always room for improvement. You can always improve your throwing. You can always improve your defense. You can always improve your hitting. There's somewhere that you can always improve, and that's one thing we stress for our guys. Focus every day. Attack the day. You know, we got that from Coach Smart up here at Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, attack the day and just enjoy it, because you're not going to get this day back. Enjoy it and give God all the glory for it. So.
Yeah. We appreciate what you're doing, Coach, and we've got a lot of baseball left, that's
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Yes,
So
sir.
you'll want to stay tuned right here and keep track of what's going on at West Lawrence High School baseball. Thank you, Coach Brian Brown.
Thank you, Raider Nation, for all your support.